What if episode 1 of season 1 reimagines what if Peggy Carter was the super soldier and not Steve Rogers? And I, for one, really enjoyed it. I thought the pacing was well, the way the story was reimagined, even though it kept a lot of the spirit of the original about the dance, but now it was Steve, being in that Peggy Carter role, and even Peggy at the end of the show does the ultimate sacrifice. So, spoilers if you haven't seen it, but I should have probably said that in the beginning, but get out now because I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about other little tidbits. So it'd be spoiler-ish stuff. So, but I liked it. The animation was good. Like I said, the voice acting was okay. And I thought the story was very, very, very well developed and very well executed. The animation was just a thing of beauty. How Disney animation is in a completely different level of animation. And I watch a lot of animation. Go ahead and check out my channel, and you could go back. I review a lot of different ones, anything from Netflix to stuff that's coming out on DC Animation and other platforms. And I mean, by far, it definitely felt like a Disney property, because even the Hydra castle did not look like a princess castle, maybe a little bit of Rapunzel, castle mixed in there, but it felt very Disney, and the characters were very, very Disney like. A lot of killing for a Disney property, I would say. Even though there's no blood, of course, but if you're familiar with some of the Disney projects like Pirates of the Caribbean, which does have a lot of killing, but you never see a lot of the blood, or any blood, honestly, being exposed from the bodies that are dead, if you will. But I've heard a couple of comments from different channels with huge audiences talking about the design of Peggy Carter, how she was so masculine. I didn't really see that she was all that masculine. She got bigger, she got stronger, and I've heard someone, oh, that's not the way the super soldier serum works. I'm like, well, when Steve took it, he was just a scrawny little dude. And when he took it, he gained inches. He became taller. He became muscular. So if it happens to Steve, it has to happen to Peggy. And I still felt like she looked like a female body. Some of the animation posters or the pictures that they're using isn't fair. Of course, not all animation is created equal. And in certain poses, she's going to look a little bit more broader, because she is now an Amazonian, basically, in Peggy Carter after she takes the super soldier serum. But I think it's unfair, and it's all this environment now that we're living on where people have to criticize everything and put messages when there needs to be none. And I know this episode was like a little bit like, oh, women can't fight wars and stuff, but back then, women weren't allowed to fight wars. I mean, it's just the reality of the thing. And having Peggy now having these abilities to be like Captain America in the MCU that we know changes the course of mindsets, right? And who knows what branch realities that set off and what other changes in that universe. Maybe by the 1970s, there was already a female president. Who knows, right? With the changes that a character like her could do. But I didn't feel like it took me out, or it was too preachy. I mean, at the end of the day, Steve kind of held his own along, kind of with Howard Stark's help. But, speaking of Howard Stark, like, did I miss something? Was the Iron Suit inspired by Tony Stark's dad? Because I thought that was Tony Stark's idea when he was in the cave and he developed it. Maybe I'm wrong. And if I am, God, I need to go back and watch the first Iron Man. Because I for sure thought that Tony came up with that concept. So watching Howard Stark create the Iron Man suit, the Mach 1, if you will, for all intensive purposes, was kind of off-putting, and that was more off-putting than Peggy Carter's body or having Peggy Carter become Captain America. Was the fact that, wait, so Iron Man was created by Howard Stark, not Tony Stark. But what would be Tony Howard Stark's inspiration to create such a weapon? So I don't know. I loved it. I liked it. The whole thing. I think it's off to a great start. I can't wait to see the other episodes when they pop off. But that's just my opinion. I would love to hear your opinion down in the comments. What did you think about this series? I'm not the series. What did you think about this episode? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Put your thoughts down in the comments. And like always, that's a wrap.